Oktoberfest in Munich is a 16-day celebration, renowned as the largest beer festival in the world. A fusion of booze and Bavarian tradition, it attracts millions of visitors annually, though some tend to overdo it. People can get carried away, which is often expected at Oktoberfest. Historically, it was dominated by men, but nowadays, more women are taking on roles previously considered male, such as tent management, running carousels, and driving rickshaws. The festival isn't without its challenges, but those working there are more than capable of handling the chaos. For Celia Steinberg, managing one of the biggest tents at Oktoberfest is the highlight of the year. She's in charge of the Hofbrau tent, one of the largest at the festival. With immense responsibilities, her stress level is understandably high. She has a tight schedule and, alongside her team, needs to transition from the restaurant to the tent within a set time frame. However, her carriage, a traditional mode of transport, faces issues with proper loading. Despite the chaos, Steinberg has made her mark in a field once dominated by men, something unimaginable 30 years ago. The opening of Oktoberfest is marked by the tapping of the first kegs, a ceremonial moment that takes place simultaneously across all 14 main beer tents, though only a few are run by women. Every year, more than 6 million visitors from all over the world come to this festival to revel in Bavarian culture, complete with traditional dirndls, lederhosen, and a lively atmosphere where drinking and flirting go hand in hand. Sometimes, things get out of control, leading to unwanted advances, especially toward women, making it a challenging environment for the female workers. This is what you need to know about Oktoberfest. Sure, it's the biggest folk festival in the world and has been held in Munich, Germany, for over 200 years. But what makes it so special? Why does it take place in September, and what should you definitely avoid doing while you're there? Having been to Oktoberfest multiple times since moving from the United States to Germany, I've learned a lot about it. So, let me answer some of your burning questions and help you avoid some classic mistakes, but more on that later. What is there to do at Oktoberfest? You might only know it for the beer, but Oktoberfest, or Wiesn as it's called by the locals, is much more than that. Essentially, it's a huge, 2-week festival featuring 17 large and 21 small beer tents. Alongside the beer, there are thrilling rides, carnival games, and long-standing traditions, some of them quite unique. How big is Oktoberfest really? Here are some numbers to give you a sense of its scale. The festival grounds cover a massive 34.5 hectares, roughly the size of 48 football fields. Around 6 million people visit each year. Last year, those visitors consumed 5.6 million mugs of beer, ate 177 full oxen, and lost 420 smartphones. In the beer tents, you could easily meet someone from every corner of the world. For instance, I just met Amanda, who flew all the way from Florida. Amanda said she had always wanted to come, and as a flight attendant, she took advantage of her job's flexibility to finally visit. I met the most amazing people, everyone is so friendly. It's like the best experience I ever had, she said. But Oktoberfest isn't only popular with tourists. Many locals also attend, referring to it as the 5th season. How did Oktoberfest get started? The first Oktoberfest was held in October of 1810, and surprisingly, it had nothing to do with beer. It was a celebration of the wedding of Prince Ludwig of Bavaria to Princess Therese of Saxony-Hildburghausen. The royal couple invited all of Munich to join the festivities, which included a horse race and plenty of free food and drinks. The event took place on what is now known as the Versailles or Theresa's Meadow. People enjoyed it so much that they decided to celebrate again the next year, and year after year, it grew into the festival we know today, with beer becoming a central part of the festivities. Why is Oktoberfest in September? Great question. The answer lies in German practicality. As the festival became more popular, organizers extended it to include more activities, and it made sense to start it in September to take advantage of the warmer weather. What is the beer at Oktoberfest like? Don't order a Stein here. The large, almost 1-liter beer mug you'll get in the tents is called a Mass. The proper way to drink it is by holding the handle, clinking glasses with your friends, and saying Prost. Make sure to look each other in the eyes when you toast. Only beer brewed in Munich by one of the 6 traditional breweries is allowed to be served at Oktoberfest, so you're guaranteed to get an authentic taste of the region no matter which tent you're in. Do I need to reserve a table? Many first-time visitors walk into the beer tents looking for a bar, but actually, all service is done at the tables. You need to be seated to get served, so it's a good idea to either reserve a table online or arrive early to find a spot. If your group is small, you can usually ask to join someone else's table. Which beer tent should I choose? The beer tents are more like elaborate beer halls, and it's hard to believe they're constructed new each year on the fairgrounds. Each tent has its own atmosphere and vibe. Schottenhamel and Lowenbrau, for example, are known for attracting younger crowds, both locals and tourists. If you're looking for something more family-friendly, try the Ochsenbritterei or Augustiner Festhalle. For a nostalgic experience, the Boyd Wiesen section, which costs only €4 extra, takes you back in time to the Oktoberfest of yesteryear. What should I wear to Oktoberfest? You'll see both locals and tourists dressed in traditional Bavarian attire, like dirndls and lederhosen. Traditional clothing has experienced a revival with younger generations, and locals are happy to see tourists embracing it. A proper dirndl or lederhosen can cost hundreds of euros, but here's a tip: check second-hand stores or rent your outfit. Just make sure not to come in a Halloween costume. What should I not do at Oktoberfest? There are a few things to avoid if you want to have a good time. Don't try to stand and chug your beer, some tents will kick you out for this. Also, don't dance on the tables, that's what the benches are for. Avoid bringing large bags or suitcases, as they're not allowed inside, though there are paid storage areas available. Don't forget to bring cash, as many servers don't take cards. And finally, steer clear of the grassy hill known as Kotzhügel or Vomit Hill. Trust me, it's named that for a reason. All in all, Oktoberfest is definitely something to add to your bucket list. Got any other questions? Leave them for me in the comments below. Rosie, a self-employed rickshaw driver, is one of the women navigating the festival's bustling crowd. She's been at it for 15 years, driving up to 16 hours a day during Oktoberfest. Alongside dealing with rowdy passengers, Rosie has developed strategies for managing her sometimes chaotic customers. Although the job brings its challenges, she knows how to handle situations, including unwanted attention or harassment. For her, staying friendly yet firm is key, and while the tips aren't always higher than what her male counterparts receive, she values the experience and interactions, even if they sometimes border on harassment. Eva Schlier, a carousel owner, also finds herself breaking gender stereotypes at Oktoberfest. As a child, she helped her parents maintain their historic carousel, and now, at 26, she manages it herself after studying event management. Eva takes pride in her independence, handling every detail of the carousel's maintenance without needing a man's assistance. Her carousel, a classic piece at Oktoberfest, represents a journey through time, complete with retro designs and music, offering visitors a nostalgic escape from the festival's hustle and bustle. Back at the Hofbrau tent, Celia Steinberg's team serves over 780,000 liters of beer every year, generating millions in revenue. With a workforce of 550 people, she ensures everything runs smoothly. Despite being a woman in a male-dominated environment, she appreciates how people treat her with respect, and sometimes, her femininity even works to her advantage. But the beer tent is not always a safe place for female visitors. There's now a designated safe space for women who need help after being harassed or assaulted. Halfway through the festival, around 180 women had already sought assistance, some lost and others reporting harassment. At the carousel, Ava's long days are worth it. For her, Oktoberfest is about more than just financial gain. It's about the joy she brings to visitors. Hearing heartfelt stories from customers, like an older man who considered his ride one of his last great adventures, reminds her of why she loves her job. It's a chance to create memorable experiences for people, and for Ava, there's no better career. As the day winds down, the Hofbrau tent plays its last song, and the final beers are served. For Celia Steinberg, it's clear that Oktoberfest is her calling. She thrives in the chaos, managing guests, staff, and the overall organization of the event. The heartwarming moments, the satisfied visitors, and the sense of community outweigh the challenges for the women of Oktoberfest, making the festival an experience they wouldn't trade for anything. Thanks for watching.